Hello everybody, welcome back to video tutorial. In this video, we're going to have a look how we can switch LED pattern by using this push button. Let's have a look how it works. If I press this push button, it will switch into different pattern. If I press that again, we can see previous pattern of the LED. Now let's have a look how we can assemble this electronic component. The circuit board itself looks complicated, but actually what we can do is we repeat the simple LED mode 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we adding one more push button here. One thing you have to remember, you have to use 10 kilo ohm resistor to preventing floating connection between push button and ground or power. And each LED we gonna use the digital pin from 10 to 13. As you can see here, the red one goes to the 10, yellow one is going to 11, blue one 12, and green one 13. Now let's have a look how we can actually programming at Arduino application. In order to create the pattern of the LED, we use two different arrays. Each array indicating different time of the delay. And then we use LED pin, another array, to decide which pin we're going to use. Using the for statement, we decide which pin we're going to use. Initial value is starting from the 10. By adding 1 each time, we can decide we're gonna use digital pin from 10 to 13. And another pin we're going to use this time is input. This pin is dedicated for this push button. And then we create the serial port because we want to check the value. Let's have a look at the loop function. So basically what we're going to do is we going to create the pattern of the array LED by using these two array value. In terms of the programming pattern, inside of loop, we create two different pattern function as our own function. For example, blinking pattern A. In this function, we use pattern A delay time, and this one create this kind of pattern. And if you're scrolling down, blinking pattern B, it creates this pattern impact. So because they're using very short delay time, it looks like continuously go on and on LED. Next thing we have a look is how to switch between two different patterns with this push button. Dealing with push button is a little bit tricky. Each person has the different style to solve the problems. So in this example, I'm going to show you my style to solve the problems. Let's have a look. First, read line of the code. First 3 lines of the code is for solving the debouncing problem. Debouncing problem is when you press this button, they create some kind of noise between on and off state. The persistence line is about the debouncing problems. So debouncing problem is when you press this button, it creates some kind of noises between on and off state. So by comparing two different states in the given time, you can evaluate whether the press is continuously pressed or not. So if this state is true, and in 5 milliseconds later, this state is true, means they still pressing the button. So if still pressing the button, Arduino board execute this block of the code. So this block of code is important to switching between two different patterns. So if you look at this command, if the count is 0, that means we're gonna show blank pattern at A, and blank pattern A will show up in switch pattern true. So underneath in here, if switch pattern is true, we're going to show this one, and false, and we're going to show this one. Okay, so this is the order to show blank A and blank B. So if you look at here, if count is 0, means at this current moment we are going to show this blank A, but what we want to do is we actually want to show blank pattern B when we release this button. So when this condition is correct, then we suddenly update this one. Switch pattern is false, so it directly going into that line, false, and blink pattern B. And then after you release that, they execute this part of the code, and then they update information about the count. So count is become 1. So next time you press the button, Arduino board actually calculated this part, not here, because the condition is the 1. In this case, they move in here, true, and then they update the count number 0 and play pattern A. And next time you press the button again, they execute this one. So that's why once you press this button, they stop and they create a different pattern. Probably this one is a little bit complicated, but if you follow the logic the way I explain, it will make sense. So first, look at this logic here. So count is 0, mean we're going to show the blank pattern A, and blank pattern A will show in this condition underneath. And then next time, and count 1 is blank pattern B and switch pattern false. So each time you want to decide what is gonna be the next pattern, we need to consider what is current pattern is. If your current pattern is pattern A, next time you need to select the pattern B, and same things happen here. So all these array things and other function things you may need to have a look at the previous video if you don't understand that. Okay, thank you very much and see you next video.